Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Getting Mixy, a podcast where we like to give our hottest take about Call of Duty Esports. Already introduced ourselves last time, so now we can just get into some nitty-gritty. I want to say, hey, what's up to my beautiful panel of co-hosts. We'll start off with, we'll go Fish first, since we did Shane last time. Fish, what's up? How's it going, bro?
I'm going good, bro. Just chilling, getting ready for some good takes.
Some
Good
good takes, huh? Good
Hey man,
takes.
I think both my takes are a little good.
All right, that's
I
good
think you
to
like
hear.
them.
That's good to hear. Shane, how about yourself, brother? What's good?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great even. I got my apple juice. We're ready to lock into it. We are ready to lock into it. Got apple juice. Got
Your
takes.
face.
Here with my friends. Life is good. How are you, Nick?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, big man?
I'm good. I'm chilling. Just finished my takes like 5 minutes before we all hopped to his Discord call.
Dang,
Hey,
bro.
hey, hey! I had a long day of classes. Like
Okay.
One
Yes,
day.
sir.
Yeah, how's
Yo.
class looking?
it was good. It was good.
Good.
I got
How many
out
more
there
semesters
early.
you got?
Too many.
Too
We won't
many,
get into that too
Plus
much.
one.
All right, couple things I would like to say real quick before we actually get into the takes. Firstly, of course, thank you guys all for the amazing support on our first episode. I think we received a bit more support than we were expecting, so thank you guys for that. Sorry about
200 views, episode 1.
Yeah,
Good looks.
200. Hopefully, maybe
As of
counting.
recording this. As of recording
As
this.
of recording this. Hopefully, maybe a little bit more. But if not, hey, 200 is
Yeah.
super fucking cool. Sorry about some of the audio issues as of the last episode. Very first episode. Hopefully, a lot are resolved as of this episode. I've done some testing, so hopefully, I'm a good podcast host. But I might be a shit one. We'll see.
Oh.
All right, so
Sorry, cussing.
demonetized.
We're cooked. We're cooked.
Sweet.
Ah.
GG's. All right.
GG's.
Let's just get into it. I will say, before we get into it, one last thing. We don't really have a topic for this week. I think we'll mostly be covering rostermania, but there might be a take or two about some other general things. I'm not too
Some other
sure.
stuff.
We don't know the takes. Like we said, we come out raw, on air.
We're raw dogging the takes.
We're raw dogging it. So with that being said, we want Fish Cat to go first. So
Yep.
Fish, go ahead.
Big man Fish.
What's your first take?
One of my takes is about the rostermania going on, and I think Surge, the Vancouver Surge, sorry, that they'll be one of the better teams outside of the top three, with
Who-
04, Abuza, Hixie, and Nasty.
It's 04, Abuza, Hixie, and
Okay,
Nasty.
so
Yes.
better as in, okay, I have a couple questions. Where do you think they
Alright.
will rank within the top whatever, and why do you think that?
So I think they could be like a top 5 team, honestly. Maybe actually top 5 might be a stretch, but like
Probably
I feel
a
like
top
they'd be
five
like
one event.
top 5, top 6, like top like in the league. And the reason why I honestly think like that this team, I think this is a good team. Like 04 and Abuza were pretty good last year.
And that's where it ends.
Not really.
That's where it ends.
Look,
Let's just say it for
What
what
do
it
you
is.
mean?
That's where it ends.
Hixie,
What do you
he's
mean?
like Hixie's a player that's like he's not as good. But I
Yo,
also thought
Hixie was picked up, played 2 events, and got dropped on his neck and didn't play last year. Are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Made champs
so
finals,
what are you
didn't
saying?
get picked
This
up.
guy, yeah, grand finals at champs, didn't get picked up all of last year. Where are you getting the idea he's going to be like
I
top
think
6 team level this year?
because he's just on a better team. Like obviously, like the Ultra roster he was on was a pretty good team, and
Yo,
he
yo,
wasn't that
yo,
good.
Wait.
This is not a better team.
Wait. Were you trying to argue Surge this year is going to be better than Ultra MW2?
No,
Okay.
That's what you just said.
Sure.
Time. Yes, you just said that he's on a better team.
I don't think he's not on a better team than Ultra last year. But like I still think like he's not as bad as a player, just in general. And I thought Nasty was also pretty good at the end of last year. I didn't think this team could be pretty good, like a top 6 team. Maybe not top 5. I think top 5 was a stretch. I think.
Yeah, I
could
think
say
Cloud9 and Ultra still are like 4 and 5.
But I would say like this could be like a top 6 team.
But does it matter? Let's just say does it matter?
I mean, I feel like every major, or not every major, sorry, like every year, there's always like one team that like does better than the top teams. Like last year, like one major, like Rocker had a good major. Obviously, it was probably like a fluke.
Was a
being
fluke.
being top three.
Your point cannot be. Yeah, one team does good, but this one that I'm referencing to support my claim is a fluke. That's not what we're doing.
No, but I'm saying I honestly think that this team could have a good placement in a major. No, I feel like this would be a top team overall. Like obviously, I don't think they'll probably won't win anything because like the top teams this year
I'll put $100 on it.
Yeah, so the top teams this year are really
Put
good.
$1,000, bro.
But I honestly think they could be a pretty good team, just in general.
Honestly, I think 04 and Abuza are pretty underrated. And I think this
agree.
off season, they should have had. I obviously don't know what offers they got. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, of course. But I think they're pretty good players. And I think they're a good team of two to build around.
I
don't know if I'm getting Hixie nasty.
04 is I think he's underrated, but I think with how many people think he's underrated, I think he might be getting to the territory of overrated. Just in the sense that I almost kind of view 04 as a Hixie-esque player. Not as fundamentally sound as Hixie, especially in Respawn, but he's not the guy I'm expecting to put up a 1.0 plus slay out. I am expecting him to do a little bit more dirty work stuff. And that kind of was his role on Surge, because you have Hook just runs around. I don't know if that guy knows what he's doing. I think he just runs around, maybe chases some red dots. Shout out Crimsix.
Hook's a world champion, bro. That guy knows what's good.
Okay, and Crimsix said the following year that guy was a red dot chaser. But I just feel like this team, to go back to your original point, I mean, it could be a top 60. I think 6 is the absolute highest. That's even debatable.
Wait, what teams do you think are better?
Well, Ultra and C9 for sure.
Yeah. So we agree on the top 5, right? LA Thieves, FaZe, OpTic, C9, Ultra.
Yeah, top 5 is a stretch. I don't know why I said top 5.
Out of the remaining teams, who do you think could be better?
We don't know the 4-man roster because there's been a lot of interesting developments over the last
Mac
few
has
days.
chalked 3 rosters I saw.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say was one of those. I like the core of Carolina. I think a core of Slasher is looking really good.
That was going to be one of my takes. One of my takes was literally Ravens, but apparently Mac was going to C9 or something, so I decided to scrap it.
Yeah, I don't think Mac makes or break that team though. I think that would have been a way better take.
I mean, obviously, I think Mac's good, no?
Wait, you think? Wait. Did you see Nick Zombie's face,
dude?
When I said that?
Okay,
he made a face.
I think we're gonna talk about it a bit later because I have a take on one of these related teams. I think that team could have been nearly perfect though for Mac because, I don't want to get into it too much, but I'll just put it like this: Win and Tej on your subs, Mac as a flex when he's been at his best in a flex role, and then you have Litigo on the main. I think roles work perfectly, and now I'm worried that that Carolina team might not get the right fit because it's now.
I think Mac's the right fit. Why not get someone like Illy? Illy's a flex player. I know why you don't get Illy, right?
Well, do you know the rumors on Illy right now? Rumor is bro might be done with COD.
Yeah, but he won't be done, bro. COD's like a drug. He'll be back. The issue with Illy, okay, first off, let's just call it for what it is. Pilly, not a good looks. Dude. Secondly, bro, let's just
bridges burned.
Say what it is. Pilly, not a good look. And number 2, this guy hasn't played a full season the last 2 times he's had the chance.
Yeah.
I understand why teams and players and orgs should be apprehensive about him, but I think Illy is a better player than Mac. And if you had locked down Illy, no more pills, no more nonsense, I think Illy would be a better player.
I think Illy, raw as it is, if you're just looking at a role, flex role, I actually think he would be better. I just don't know chemistry-wise and their view on the game, how that would work, because obviously Slasher's a very vocal guy, especially when it comes to Search. He likes his way of playing.
I remember you saying
Yeah, I mean, it's been proven to work. Guys, disregard this Boston year because that was shocked. The previous 2 years, MW2 and Vanguard, he set the S&D win record 2 times in a row. One time with fucking LHE when he had Hook chasing red dots, fucking Asim and Spart the Volk merchant, and then obviously next year with FaZe. That guy is going to have a different view than Illy because also Illy, that guy's an S&D guy. He likes calling the shots. I mean, if they could have a way where you make that work, put those two together, combine and make a fucking super
force.
Yeah, that could work, but how many times do we see that in COD where views actually align and you put them together?
I feel like we've seen that a few times.
But I've also
Like,
think there's been a few times where it just didn't work.
Yeah, but like think about like, okay, I'm gonna throw out some old rosters here. Do you remember the Slasher, Haggy, Aches, and Doug Sensor Martin team that won? Those are like 4 of the biggest personalities of all time.
I don't think Doug was on that
bro.
roster.
Yeah,
Are you talking about AW
that's
champs?
my time.
They had Ian Enable instead of Doug. It was Enable, Parasite,
Am I
Egg,
tripping?
Slasher.
I thought Dougie Fresh was on that team. Shout out Dougie Fresh.
No,
Dougie.
Doug was on the team before when they also had App, but then so Aches. Okay, well this is how like Doug says the story. Aches like fucking crypto through the next event and then got Doug dropped for it.
Okay, but regardless, let's just talk about like the core 3 that were there, right?
Okay.
Aggie, Aches, and Slasher. Those are 3 massive personalities that all have their view on how to play the game. So like we've seen teams be able to do this. Think about like the Ghost Dynasty. Krim and Aches, very vocal players, very like set in how they want to play. Krim, most winningest player of all time. He knows what should happen. Aches, I love Patty P. Aches is a talker. Let's say that. So like we've seen teams do good and like place well and do good things while having like big personality clashes potentially as well. So I don't think it'd be like too bad.
I mean, but with your take with those rosters, there's a period of time where they worked and then they very easily collapsed. I mean, that Phase AW roster, they were only a roster for a handful of events, and that
Every
was like
roster
a period of time.
collapse.
Well, right, yeah, but those ones definitely collapse faster than others. And we're in an era nowadays where it's like, if your team is collapsing, say like halfway through the year, a lot of the good talent is locked up on the other teams.
Yeah.
Buyouts never happen, so then you're dipping in the challengers. Shout out Haggy, and if you're dipping in the challengers, I mean, there's probably some good players down there, but like,
There's definitely some good players and challengers.
oh, absolutely, and they could probably find someone serviceable, but like, are you going to find that guy that could push your like I don't know top 6 team like to be better?
I mean, potentially.
I don't know. It's all like hypothetical. We don't know who's gonna be a challenger. How did we get? Dude, we're talking about Surge, man.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Carolina,
Surge,
Illy,
because
Slasher.
dude, we were talking about like I don't know. I think 04 and Abusa, good choice. Great start. They're young. They're impressionable. They're still willing to learn.
They're both rookies last year.
Yeah, they're here for a long haul, right?
Yeah.
Like
Especially
people talk about like especially Abusa. I think
Abusa.
I think Thieves are always going to keep Ghosty, and I think Surge are always going to try to keep Abusa. I think that's what they should probably do. And they're going to be around for a long time. And if you can make Abusa 04 and a good duo going into new teams, I think that's good. I think Hixie and Nasty was playing good at the end of last season.
Yeah, most of these.
But Hixie, that's a question mark to me. That's a question mark. You can't say he's not.
I just feel like there's so many potential different avenues. I mean, let's not even go down the avenue of like, Civ and I don't know, like Joe Deceives, like whatever. Because like I would for sure prefer those guys, but there's definitely other players. Like no joke, I'd even take a guy like Geo over Nasty. Like Nasty's good, but
I think Geo's good too.
I just rate Geo higher than Nasty. And obviously Hixie, like I like back to my original point. I just would have really preferred if 04 was more of that Nasty work. I mean, I don't want to put him on like a full bitch role, but have him take maybe majority of the share when it comes to between the SMG duo, and then you get a Nasty Slayer. And there's tons of SMGs out there. I mean, like current rumor on the streets, like Nero might not even have a team. Imagine getting Nero instead of Hixie. I mean, even if you just had like that roster, like a Booza, Nasty 04 with a Nero. Nero is, it's crazy to say this because, Hook's a world champion, but like Nero's kind of just like a better Hook nowadays.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Nero's like consistently
Hook's won, so
right, but like Hook is consistently going negative, dropping 0.9x's. Nero is at least a consistent like, I don't know exactly what stats was. I think overall like a 1.08 or something like that, like something really good. Yeah, like positive by a good margin too. Hook is I think it was like a point like 9.4, 9.5. So I mean, so like if you're just upgrading in Hook, but he's getting a couple extra kills a map, those could be the couple extra kills that
matter.
turn your
It's a
favor.
rotation.
And yeah, exactly. Could
Yeah.
be a computation. You might win a hard point, 250, 200, instead of losing 200, 250, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I think Nero's a good choice. I'm surprised Nero's out of rostermania.
I don't want to be too. Am I saying my next take next? Like after
Yeah, you
fishes?
can go next.
But can I say like one final thing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say like yeah, like I think this team's gonna be good, but I feel like yeah, like Hixie is the one where like it's like, eh. But I think like Nasty will be good for this team, but I think like his Hixies won't be as good.
Mm.
I feel like yeah, like you said, like what Nero? You say you could pick up Nero instead?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like they could definitely find a better option than Hixie for sure, but I still
I agree.
think this team would be pretty good, in my opinion.
Right.
But 7th place in a 3-team league. What's the point?
Hey,
What's the
hey,
point?
hey, he was arguing 6. All right, get it right.
Yeah, but like, yo, we had to bring him back down to reality. He said 5th.
Mm.
Yeah, 5th was low overboard. I can't lie.
Yeah, no.
I'll be-
I'm glad
that.
we were actually able to talk about
Yeah.
that. Okay, I was starting to
But
cut you off there, Fish. Oh wait,
No,
sorry,
you're
were you gonna say one more thing?
No.
Okay, I was starting to cut
Apple
you
juice.
off because apple juice. Because one of my hot takes was actually, it's more so like it was a lot about Nero. Okay, because my hot take, yo, I fucking hate what CLOUD9 are doing. They're going all fucking delusional
Wow.
again when it comes to this
Wow.
fucking sub duo. I fucking hate it, specifically because I don't. Okay, so
It's attach Sib.
current rumor, yeah,
Russ?
attach Sib. So the original rumor was they were gonna have Kremp and Nero, and as of a couple, like yesterday maybe or day before that, the rumor is Mac was going to be the replacement for Nero, and then so now your sub duo
Right.
is most likely Mac Kremp. I think that's a
Okay.
fucking horrible decision to be.
That's a horrible duo.
Like-
Those two are way too inconsistent.
Well, okay, so I just think picking Kremp over Nero is like the most hated thing. And I want to get into my reasons why. This is why I was
Yeah.
a little bit late making like my takes before it, because I was doing some deep diving in some stats. They might be a little bit incorrect, but let me cook here, okay? So
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
obviously, okay. Before I get to the stats, it's just Kremp is so wildly inconsistent. The only
Yeah.
mode where he's truly consistent is like search. He's sometimes getting his, but like when I look at this roster, I see like Attach and Sib. I don't know if I want to build that team around S&D. I do want to build it around the respawn mode Slayer, because like Attach can still hang. Sib is a mega Slayer, and then if you add Nero on top of that too, once again a mega Slayer from last year, bro, you got fucking 3 Slayers. Like, dude, just get someone half decent for your 4th, and like you can win a lot of hard points. You can even push hard points against some of the top 3 teams. And on top of that point, I feel like Black Ops 6, you know, we played the beta. The game might be incredibly fucking quick and slay heavy. So I feel like when it comes to
3 sub year.
right, yeah, it could be a
I'm
3
down.
sub year, and like I feel like when it comes to that, you just need to like, you obviously need
Yeah,
some
square
fundies,
up,
but
bro.
dude, you square up, stack the fucking talents. And this is what I
Yeah.
want to say when it
Shout
comes to
out
my.
jetpacks.
This is what I want to say when it comes to my statistics. Okay, so I feel like the reason why we're hyping up Cloud9 a lot is like on paper, are they top 3? No, but a lot of people would say like, okay, they're like 4th, 5th, pushing for 4th, and like that 4th team, are they going to consistently beat the top 3? No, but on a good day, play with them, right? So let's get into some fucking stats about that, right?
Let's hear
So,
the stats.
could be a little off. I had to manually add this up myself, so it might be a
Damn.
little on, a little off. But let's look at
We'll
both
take
these
it with a
players.
small grain of salt.
Right. Well, I think it's accurate. I don't think I like majorly fucked up. If I fucked up, it might be by like a decimal or something. Okay. But let's look at their statistics last year against top 4
Between-
teams. Okay. Between Kremp and Nero.
Okay.
So Kremp, the guy that you're keeping, the guy that you're swearing by. Okay.
Oh
That
no.
guy dropped a
This guy's about to get world star.
0.89 across 16 series last year against the top 4. And he had 1 positive series against FaZe in the Major 2 qualifiers. By the way, Major 2 qualifiers were some of the first series he played. So he went positive once, and the rest of the year, nope. Nero played against the top 4 13 times, dropped a 1.02, and that's also not to mention they played against all the top 4 teams in the Major 1 qualifiers, and that was with their super dysfunctional roster with Standy and Purge on a flex. So they were getting fucking shit on, and also a couple of series were with a scene dropping point fucking five.
I forgot.
My fault. This team, my fault.
I'm
forgot
sorry,
I was on
but
there.
like, so like nearly half of those series were like super dysfunctional, and he still has positive KD. And if you actually look, there is like a ton of those series where he's like plus 10, plus 15, dropping like 1.2s, taking over. And so my point more so being is Nero has that takeover ability that's going to be super important for Cloud9 if they want to separate themselves from this bottom half of the league and compete with the top half, whereas Kremp just doesn't have that. And the reason why I also hate it too is because Mac, I mean, I don't want to get into him too much, but him on a sub role, we saw him on a sub role last time on Surge. He was pretty fucking mid. I don't think he'll be as shit as that, but he like.
Why not?
Well, because on Surge,
Subs are blessed this year.
Well,
Let's just say it.
Maybe,
Subs are blessed.
no, that wasn't even my angle. It's just on Search, he was in a super bitchy, dirty role. Whereas on this team, I don't think he'd have to do as much. He'd still have to do quite a bit. But like, yeah, that's like why I was more saying like Mac, he's better on the flex. I don't think like he might not be dropping like 0.90s like he was on Surge, but I don't see him dropping like very consistent one players. He can maybe hover over like around a 1. But yeah, I mean, dude, if your sub duo in a sub dominated game most likely is 1 flat and fucking 0.9x and always shine the bed against the top teams, that's a recipe for disaster.
Will you just say it with your chest? Kremp his ass. Will you just say it with your chest?
I think he's league caliber, man. But like, dude, I just don't have as much faith in the guy as other people do. I don't. Am I hanging on the guy too much?
Probably a little bit, but Kremp his ass. Like, let's just. You can't see those stats and be like, this guy's godlike.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he did the stats. I mean,
yeah, like I know stats aren't everything, right?
I mean, yeah,
but you can't play 16 matches against the top 4 teams.
Yeah,
and go positive once and like be like, that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it's not
15 bad days in the office. No, you don't get two weeks back to back bad days in the office, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? 15 matches. I don't know, like consecutively how many there was, but 15 matches negative against the best teams in the world. How are you going to win? How are you going to outslay them in any capacity? You're putting your team at such a disadvantage by doing that like, Nero is an upgrade.
Yeah.
He's an upgrade.
I agree. I agree.
It's a pack punch.
Okay. This isn't my hot take or like anything else. This is just a small tangent. Today, October 2nd, the Ravens announced they were dropping Fellow. Every roster's been built. You just screwed Fellow, and Nero's also outside the league looking in now. And I don't know your guys' take on Fellow. I think Fellow is like, I think he's better. I like Fellow, and I think he's like on the cusp of like league quality. He's way better at land than he is online. Like if you're like, oh yeah, Fellow's on like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th team, I'd be like, all right, he's probably around there. Or if you're like, yeah, he's at the top of tier 2, he's at the top of challenge, I'd be like, all right, yeah, he's probably around there as well, somewhere in there. But I think it's criminal that they release him so late now that we have several rosters already formed, several rosters already like being talked about, right? Like we've already talked about the Surge, we've already talked about Cloud9, we have an idea of what's going on with Ultra, stuff like that. That he got hoed and Nero. What's going on with Nero? There has to be something going on with Nero. Like, you can't be that good and get sketched on a couple different times and you're on the outside looking in. Do you think there's like really something behind the scenes?
No, I do. So, you know how Ronnie was saying something about like Max single-handedly screwed 3 teams? I think most people's theory, and I think it's pretty likely too, is so Rocker, the word on the street was like, okay, Estriel, Geo were like very close signing. Hook deal was being negotiated.
Hook,
I think Hook could have dropped out for Nero. Which I do like. That was really like I was saying. I think Nero is just a better Hook.
Nero's better Hook.
As long as Nero's like on a team, I'm okay with that. But I think Cloud9 just fumbled the bag. And like more so, my point with that is like I think a lot of people arguing like like they could be like 4th, 5th best team. I don't know if I can see them at least consistently being that with the sub deal. Absolutely not.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think like Nero should be doing right now? Like you have to be in everyone's DM trying to sketch low key, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. You're
Yeah.
going to, well, like obviously like Rocker. I mean, if that's like the rumor, yeah. I mean, like, it's just worrisome because like a lot of these teams are kind of set, and like that's like what I was trying
So
to like,
late.
say like about Carolina earlier. It's like, okay, like let's say like you maybe went to like Carolina. I don't know how I feel about that. It's either you throw Tease or Gwyn on a flex. Then I don't think Tease necessarily like a bad flex. But like after like the year you just had, I'd maybe want to keep him on a sub, and
Keep him on a
same thing
sub
goes for
this year.
Gwyn. Yeah.
I mean, we're probably gonna play in a 3 sub meta. I wouldn't hate all 3 of them on a sub role, and just leaving. Who is it? It's Litigo, right? Leaving Litigo as
Right.
your AR.
I just think it's so risky to bet on that though.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we've seen how good the subs are. Yo, there was a 3-shot sub, a 4-shot sub, and the C9 was insane. And we've seen all the maps. We've literally showed you guys in last episode how small some of these maps
Yeah,
are.
we did do that. I forgot.
You guys have all played the beta. You all know how small the maps are.
Yeah.
I like, okay, this is one of my like small fears. I'm worried about these flexes that are just second ARs moving into this next year. Like I still think that like, okay, I think Draza will still be good going next year. I think Scrap will be good going into next year. I think Kenny will be good going into next year. But if everyone's running 3 subs and you guys are running 2 ARs, you won't have the pacing. No way, dude. ARs take 6 shots to kill. We have a Tonto that takes 3, double the time to kill, bro. It's actually so cooked. Like I am worried about teams that are doing that. And I think we all know, like, traditionally, it's easier to go from a sub to an AR than an AR to a sub. So I wouldn't hate trying to stack as much, leftover talent to try to get a 3 sub team. And someone just got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
At some point, winning's going to be more important to you than what role you're running. And you're going to just have to bite the bullet. And you'll probably be a bad AR for a little bit. But you have to do it,
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's only for some hills. I'm a little worried about that. But, Nero has to get it in the league. And, my fault. My fault, fellow. Not my fault, but, my fault, bro.
My only point about your fellow take is, okay, did he get screwed over a bit? Yeah. Was he really going to get on the team, though? The only team I maybe arguably see is like Rocker and the AR
right?
spot.
Yeah.
Like, maybe. And that in itself is like a huge maybe.
Is it a huge maybe? It's a huge maybe.
Absolutely.
It's a huge maybe.
If they're not considering like, I think they are considering Clay, but the fact that like Clay arguably
Clay has to stay to the desk.
Yeah, I forgot Clay.
Clay to the desk.
Bridges burn again.
What do you?
I love Clay. Yo,
I love Clay. Yo, I was on YouTube recently. Dude, what a Clay podcast. Like, Clay was doing a podcast with someone else. I think it was Breaking Point. Or, the Reverse Sweep. And, dude, their title was like, Clay explains why he got dropped 3 times by Crim6. And I thought that was the most disrespectful thing I have ever seen in my life.
Banger title. Oh my god.
Dude, I saw a kid get a wedgie before, and I think this is more disrespectful. No way he approved that. No way. But, like,
that's a banger title, bro.
I think Clay should be on the desk. I think.
Yeah, he's good. Like, desk guy.
I think he's good for the desk. I think the desk needs an upgrade, and I think Clay is the upgrade. Honestly, I'm not naming names on who I think.
Yeah.
To replace.
Dude, this guy's burn another bridge.
Yo, let's just say it like this. I'm not naming names. Okay, I'll keep this person nameless. Let's just say that. I'll keep the person nameless, chat. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you get out of that sentence, you can get. I won't.
This guy. Let's go. Our bridge top.
All right. My hot take. I'm saying stuff. My hot take.
Are we, dude? This guy says that. He's just like, that's not even the take. I still gotta go for it.
It's not even the take. That's not even the take.
Oh god.
I feel like everyone feels that way though.
I don't know, but I do think Clay's great on the desk, but.
Do you think Clay, as a player, has it in him to compete with these top? I'll say it, top 5 rosters.
I think if we were in a LAN league, yes. Online,
okay, well, We're not.
Yeah, no, we're not. Fuck CDL, man. Give us back our land league, bro. How do we have in BO4 and War2 and not?
Bridges
not have-
gone.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Bridges.
Oh.
Dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we might
Hey,
need to change the name from Getting Mixy to
I'm a
Bridges
hardcore
Burns.
viewer, bro. It's so hard to watch nowadays. All these countless
yeah,
online
fair.
matches. At least back
No,
then,
yeah.
like BO4. Yeah, it was a fucking mid watching like E6 versus Denial. Sure, dude. But, like at least it was LAN. It was enjoyable. I got to watch like reactions and stuff. Now I just see like fucking voiceless. Like, dude.
Yo, my favorite thing is when Scrap with long neck is just flipping off the camera at the end of matches.
I love that, man.
Dude, I love that guy for that. All
Okay.
right, my hot take. We're talking
Man,
about
these are
players.
fast.
We're talking about teams, but let's get into the backbone of a team. Coaches. Sender confirmed to LA Thieves. Sender is the best coach in the CDL.
Whoa.
Sender is the best coach in the CDL.
Is that
And
why
this
he's the
is
assistant coach and not a head coach?
I mean, that's fine. That's okay.
But
Shane has
Yeah.
been there longer. That's not even on Sender. That's not even on Sender. That was just like a promotion because JCap left. Let's be real. But who's better? I'll hear an argument for Crowder. I'll unfortunately have to tell you that you're incorrect, but I'll hear you out.
who's this competition? It'll be
Every
Shane,
coach
Crowder.
in the CDL.
I mean, yeah, but like obviously some coaches are just not as
And
good.
we're talking
Okay,
just
right.
currently right now, right?
Okay,
Best
so you
coach.
got Ramble Ray.
Yeah, Rambo Ray.
No, Ramble, bro. This guy.
Okay, my fault. Rambo Ray.
Ramble Ray. You got what? You got Karma. You got previous. I'll hear you out for like previously JCap. You got Crowder. You got coaches like that.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick's homies is losing full over here. What's going on, man?
Dude, Ramble Ray, bro. That guy hops on Twitter like once a month. He's like, guys, I miss bowling. I just had to tell all y'all. I don't really care I dropped Hook. I just really miss bowling.
Yo, I'm waiting for him to just tweet out, chalk it to scrim set, gotta go bowl. See ya. I'm waiting for that leak. But who's better? Will we say Ramble Ray? No. I can't think of a single thing Ramble Ray would do better than Sender. Can't think of a single thing.
No, I'm not arguing fucking Ramble Ray in the slightest,
JCap?
dude.
I think JCap's a better player than Sender, but I don't think JCap was a better coach. And I think the resume of Sender proves it. Sender had multiple championship wins over the past few years. One was a world championship. I think Sender's looking good. So I think he's better than JCap. I think he's better than Ramble Ray. Shane, like, they're working together now. I'm not pitting them against each other. They're working together now.
Dude.
What?
Bro, one of them's got to be better than the other. They can't just be okay. If
tell me why Shane is better than Sender.
No.
Whoa.
That's not what I'm saying to Slice. I'm just saying you're like, okay, I can't compare them. No, you can't.
Okay, fine.
I still think Sender comes
Sender's
on
better.
top. Yeah. No,
Sender,
I would agree with that.
Then what's your point?
You can
If
compare
we
them.
all know he's better, it's
Okay,
fine. We can just
okay,
move
Shane.
on.
If he was the assistant coach, the Crowder, and you're like, oh, well, I can't compare them because they work together, I would be like, no, fuck you. Crowder is better. Okay, continue though. Continue.
The argument here is fundamentally who's better, Sender, Karma, or Crowder.
Yeah.
And I say Karma had a good first year. You know, a little bad he got last place after a win. Little bad. Hate to see that. But man, he won an event. He got a champs trophy as well. I think that's a good career as a coach so far. But I think Sender is better.
I want Fish to go first if he has something to say. However, one thing I want to say super quick before you go, Fish. Criminal as fuck you're leaving out Flux from Ultra. Criminal as fuck. Okay, Fish.
Why?
Go real quick and then I'll give my take.
See,
Okay,
like,
go ahead.
is it? All right.
Go ahead.
So I was say, yeah, the competition is Troy, Crowder, and Karma. Those are the three that.
Why are we leaving out
I mean,
Flux?
I'll hear Flux.
I was like,
I'll hear Flux.
But
it's not Flux.
I'm not really like sure on coaches. If that makes sense. Like I'm not like this is not really like my room to talk because like I don't really pay attention that much to the coaches. Like obviously like it's Karma, and like obviously it's freaking Crowder who also does a play. I was like, these were like
Yo, Sender
old
used to play
pro
too.
players. I should know that. Well, I'll say these are old like pro
Yo.
players.
Yo, my fault, Sender.
But yeah, like, honestly, like these are pro COD players teaching like this is teaching freaking COD players for how to play the game. But I was
They're
like,
doing
but
more
like,
than that.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I know that. But like, this is not really my room to talk. I'm not really too like huge on this side, if that makes sense. I just care about the players, and that's kind of it.
I
just
mean,
think.
you need a coach.
Yeah.
You need
I mean,
a coach.
I think some COD players would argue that you wouldn't, but also I think that's maybe some immaturity on their behalf. Just one thing on like the coaches, I just think it's really hard to determine how good or bad a coach is. There's only so much that we
Yeah.
see on the outside, and I think that's also like part of like the reason you were leaving off Flux in the first place, which I don't necessarily even like blame you for that. It's just like he's not someone we hear from a lot on like social media and stuff. You like he doesn't get like well, I don't
Plus
know.
was left off because he didn't win the champs.
He gets praise. Okay, dude, he has 2 second places. 2.
We're hyping up Silver Surfers? Tough.
You're hyping up Sender that just got a silver medal. But anywho,
Yeah, but Sender also won. So
I just think
So.
I do think Sender's a super good coach. It's kind of a weird argument because like there's like tons of like full blown coaching staffs. I think it's really hard to say like one coach is better than another. I almost feel like we have to look at it as coaching staff. And the reason why I say that is so the guy you're talking about right now, Shane, Sender himself, he uploaded a video to YouTube, I think yesterday or something, maybe the day before, talking about thieves in Ultra, and thieves in New York. I actually didn't even watch the whole thing, but what I did hear towards the start was him giving a lot of praise towards D-Real and the other guy on their staff. His name is Fish. But his point, he was
I thought
like,
you didn't know about coaches. What's going on here, bro? You double agent?
my point here is that he was actually talking about, he was like, yo, I don't know if I'd have more years of coaching in me if it wasn't for those guys. They were that influential. And I don't know, when it
You
comes
think
to
that's
like
him
New
just
York,
being humble? You think
I
that's
don't-
him just
oh,
hyping
okay,
up his boy?
it's probably a little bit of humbleness, but like, you're not gonna say it if it's a lie, you know? He
Yes, you
wouldn't.
would.
Why,
So he doesn't burn the bridge?
Look what he did.
dude?
Like we have with everyone so far? Hello?
Okay, but like, yo, you don't need to say anything. You can just like look past it. But anywho, it's like I do think he's a good coach, especially nowadays. But like, I feel like when we're talking about coaches, I know we are talking like right now, but like when we determine coaches, I kind of like looking at their whole accolade and achievements because it's like, you know, if you cherry pick like years, like I think it's like fair to say like, oh, like this guy's coach of the year, that guy's coach of the year. But like when we talk like coaches, like we do kind of have to look a bit broad, which is different to players, I know. But like Sender, he has New York, but that's about it. I mean, he was head coach of OpTic Chicago and Huntsman, and those teams. I mean, we are talking about last episode. Huntsman, top 3
Huntsman
talented
won.
roster, one land and one Mickey Mouse Cup against the Royal Ravens. Like,
Okay, but did you hear what you said? They won. So
Right,
So he
but
won
they were-
with that roster. He won with that roster. He won with the
everyone
Priester
won
roster.
in MW19.
He won with the SIB roster.
Okay.
And I don't know how you guys feel
That's
about this,
3.
but I don't think it's gonna be crazy to say he's probably gonna win at least one with this Thieves roster, just based off talent. That's 4 separate rosters he's winning across several different titles. I think that's a pretty good resume as a coach.
Okay, and let's look at Crowder. BO4 Thieves, MW19 phase, Cold War phase, MW2 phase, MW3 phase. I just one-upped you.
Okay, back to your point about we have to take a look at the coaching staff altogether. They just dropped 2-Pack Thuglord, which is a crazy name. I love them for that. They're going into this next season, they should be weaker in S&D. Right? They lost their S&D coach.
No.
Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
Because those guys grew up on S&D. Draws, grinds, S&D. Bro, Fish and I
Okay.
joke about it all the time. That guy
Okay,
literally spends his
just
whole
tell me you
offseason
think-
playing S&D, and when the
Tell
season's
me-
out, all he's playing is
Tell me you
S&D
think
8.
2-Pack Thuglord was just collecting a check from FaZe then.
No, it's not even necessarily that. Okay, he probably
if they're good enough
implemented.
at S&D without him, and they don't need his strats because they don't need him and stuff. They don't need the credit spots. He was collecting a paycheck for nothing. Yes or no? If they don't need him,
not for nothing. I mean, they clearly don't think they need him. They cut him. I'm not gonna say if they need him or not.
Yeah,
we need to see the season.
Okay, so I think the only counter argument would be Crowder, what you mentioned, but like, I don't know. I know FaZe won last year, but I don't feel like FaZe have been living up to their potential recently. And I don't think that's like a crazy statement. I know they're still winning, but we expect FaZe to win a lot and always like they should always be in every final. They should always be winning. They should always be like playing super well, doing super good. And I know they won. They won EWC. They won another major throughout the year. I know they're good, but I just don't feel like the team has been living up to the hype. And I don't know why.
How much of that is Crowder's fault? Them being Silver Surfers and maybe or maybe not being compromised in finals. How much of that is Crowder's fault?
I mean, okay, man, this is gonna be.
And how much of like New York playing good is Sender, or how much of that is Hydra going takeover mode?
Well, okay, one thing that I don't feel like you guys like credited a lot was last year. New York would always throw those fucking nades on Karachi. No other team was that good at it ever. Like, oh god, I was watching like an OpTic episode of something, and they're like, dude, Bruce was like, man, we tried to throw those nades, nothing happened. Dude, I lost full when he laughed like that. But like, who do you think that was? That's probably a coaching thing.
I don't know about
be
the
like,
nades,
hey,
but
you should be throwing this with your teammates to cut off this. That's probably a coach's thing rather than one of the players' thing.
Hydra
Because if it was a player thing, every team would do that.
Hydra himself said he spent a fuck ton of time in S&D. That's why he was the guy doing the wall bangs, because he was the guy spending hours and hours practicing it, which is something that he's actually going to bring over to Thieves. Because like I think it was the Thieves podcast they just released where he was talking about that. Because like it's like that was some like Skies thing or something. No, that was actually Hydra. He's claiming now. You know, maybe Sender said something to him or something. Who knows? But Hydra was the guy kind of actually taking credit for that.
I mean, anyone could take credit for that. If Skies came out and was like,
but
that
I mean,
guy's tweaking.
It's believable considering Hydra was the guy to do the wall bangs. I mean, I'll put it like this, just like fundamentally. Yo, why would I have my best player just sitting in spawn doing a fucking wall bang? Dude, if all 4 players knew that wall bang, bro, I'm sending Kiz to do the wall bang. Kiz, I don't want you running out, getting blood and giving them a 4v3. We're sending you. You're spawning in, you're walking backwards, you're lining up your wall bang. You know what I'm saying? Hydra, you go.
Hydra, go kill.
Yeah. Hydra go kill. Hydra, you tell us if they're going A or B. Kismet does the wall bang. And everyone, you know?
I don't know. I think Sender's a good coach. I think Sender's going to be real good for the Thieves team, too.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just think him best coach, though, that's going slightly too far.
What would he have to do this year to be the best coach?
He needs to, like, win
second
out.
ring?
I think, I mean, one reason why it's, like, super, I don't know, it's, like, pretty easy, like, put Crowder ahead. Crowder's had a bunch of, well, not a bunch, arguably 2. I would also, personally, myself, disagree against the second one because United bias, but he's had a bunch of, like, dominant teams in the sense of, like, Goal or FaZe. That team was dominant. They made finals of every event except for one, and the one time they didn't was a Nikki D masterclass. How many times have we seen a Nikki D masterclass, you know?
Couple times.
You can argue BO4 Thieves as well. Like, that team was really, I think people in hindsight maybe overestimate that team slightly, but they were still phenomenal team. Middle of the year, they were insane. So,
towards the end of the year, they were good too.
I mean, United back to back, baby. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but like they were still good. They were still good. What are we talking about?
They were absolutely good. They just weren't dominant. But like, okay, like I'm like more saying, Crowder's had arguably multiple teams with stretches of dominance. I would actually say Sender's team. It's gonna be part of a take I have later. I would say Sender, none of his teams have truly been dominant.
What classifies as dominant? 3 wins in one season seems pretty good for me.
I think we're gonna get into it more later. I'd like to get into it more later. I don't want to talk about too much, but
All right. You wanna snake order this? Like Fish Hat, you down to skip you?
No,
We go
yeah.
back to Nick, and then we'll go to you.
I mean,
We're already on the topic.
we kind of are.
We kinda are. We're already on
my
the
take is
topic.
kind of about it, but like I've about
Yeah.
He has been saying too much.
that's again like this topic. That topic, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Fish don't-
not too
Fish
much
don't know
info on the
coaches.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. I don't want to say one more
Your
time.
guys'
The
call.
fact that like we're leaving out Flux is like criminal. Here, I'll go first.
Yeah,
Why?
all right.
Why?
It'll be like really easy. Dude, Flux is an insane coach. Like, dude,
He's a Silver Surfer at Champs.
bro.
You can't say rings count so much.
No,
and
they
go
do.
over 2 at Champs and
Okay,
be like,
okay.
this guy's sick.
Bro,
This
okay,
guy is.
Shade.
He's a good coach.
Our
regular season, but,
argument
like,
when we were
what's going
talking
on
about
here?
rings, we were talking like player all-time list. Rings absolutely fucking matter. That was like some like off recording like
Wait,
conversation.
I'm not gonna let you make this point because people are saying Karma 4 rings, and previously people were saying that
no. Karma doesn't truly
People
have
are
like 4
saying-
rings. Crowder doesn't truly
People
have
were
2
previously
rings.
saying that Crowder was the coach because he has a ring as a coach. You do not
Right.
get to tell me that rings as coaches
No.
don't matter
Okay,
to you.
they
or
do.
the
They
community.
absolutely do. Dude. We just twisted the fuck out of what I said. We just twisted the fuck. I think the thing with coaches that we're underestimating is like they obviously play a huge role into winning, but I think something that Flux actually does the best, maybe out of all the coaches, I'm not gonna say that take, but I think what coaches are most important is building their system. And what we've seen with Ultra, especially like old Ultra, on paper, not the most stacked roster, but their system, their teamwork is just so fucking good. Like Ultra last year, now obviously, okay, they had a top 4 team on paper.
Yeah.
Like
It's so good in
talent-wise.
Champs Grand Finals, chat. So
Okay,
good.
but no,
I
but
love those funnies.
dude, Ultra last
'em.
year, Major 1, was the most dominant we've seen a team, not just last year, but arguably since like Cold War phase.
Yeah, they only dropped 2 majors.
Right, yeah. They dropped like 2 maps. They were
2 maps,
they
yeah,
were
2 maps.
shitting on phase. And that's like that phase was good at the time. Just non Ultra's level though. They were insanely good.
Right.
And Flux has gotten the most out of mediocre rosters. I mean, like, dude, like looking back, is it not crazy?
Who's
to
a
think
mediocre
fucking...
roster?
Okay, well, obviously, like
Tell me
now,
who's mediocre.
No, listen. Okay,
Go ahead.
Listen, on paper, you just don't think of them as like super top rosters. Like dude, y'all, we were just shitting on Hixie so hard. But like the roster with fucking Hixie actually played really
Hey, who else
fucking
was on
good.
that roster?
Dude, even the roster with
Who else was
Standy
on
played
that
good.
roster?
And then not only before that, but dude, going into like Cold
Did
War
you just call
shit.
Scrap a mediocre roster player? Is that what I'm
No,
hearing?
but like Scrap is
What
like the only
about
guy that
Insight?
like truly sticks. Bro, Insight was fucking mediocre at MW3. I don't remember his MW2 too much. Kleenex is obviously like really fucking good, but like, okay.
So
their
you're saying the roster
Ultra-
of Kleenex, Pixie, Scrappy, and Insight was a
Listen.
mediocre roster?
Bro,
Is that what you had the
bro.
audacity to just say?
Bro, you are
On that
twisting
Getting
it
Mixy
so hard.
podcast?
You're cherry picking so hard. Listen, I'm saying like talent on paper, it does not stack up with multiple teams. But you look at the placings, and they're placing above like half of those teams. It comes down to their fundamentals. It comes down to their teamwork, and I think the coach plays a decently sized portion of that.
Then couldn't you say that for like every other coach that I mentioned?
Oh yes, absolutely. But like
OpTic has pretty good
I
fundies.
just feel like Flux
Faith has pretty good fundies.
has maybe done more with less, and that's what I really appreciate it. Like okay, is Karma doing the same fucking thing if he had like say like OG Ultra, well not like OG, but like let's say like Kohler Vanguard Ultra,
Yo,
like
with
Bance,
Zinni, bro?
I wasn't talking about that one. Well, yeah, I don't know. I was like, what's talking like the Kohler, like Bance, Cammy, Insight, Kleenex. Is Karma doing everything Flux was able to do? I don't know.
Maybe. Karma's
Yeah,
a
it's hard
fucking
to say.
winner. Karma's a 3-ring champion. Sorry, Karma's a 4-ring champion.
Dude, it's not
baby.
a real.
That guy
it
might
doesn't hit
have
the
been able to
same.
do something.
It doesn't hit the same.
I think everyone's just so used to DB3. That's been a thing in our minds for like a decade.
No, it's not even that. It's just, bro, I've talked about this with like Fish before. I just don't look at coaches like that. I don't say like, dude, nobody says, yo, Jacob has 3 rings.
Jacob has 3 rings.
He physically has 3 rings. Nobody says JCap 3 rings. Crowd, I mean, dude,
JCap 3 rings.
FaZe fans will say Crowder 2 rings, but like even like, well, I'm a FaZe fan. I don't really say like Crowder 2 rings. You know what I'm saying?
JCap's got 3. How crazy would it be if JCap won all 3 jetpack rings? By the way, that guy would be the definition of a jetpacker. No,
that would have been sick.
like you have to be the definition of it.
That guy cost us so hard. 0.7.
Man,
Yo,
OpTic Dynasty, OpTic format, and they're
but your formal life game, bro. 1.4.
That's what I'm saying. Formal grand finals at Evio, like unstoppable.
Right. Dude, literally, if like formal that have career all-time high COD, like Envy might have won. Slash or 2 rings.
I mean,
John.
Let's be real.
2 rings. Absolutely 3 rings.
E United could have been inside of grand finals in IW, but
Shane, you think that? That's what I'm trying to tell you off podcast, and you're trying to call me fucking faded.
Oh well, I mean, if you get comeback on 10-0, yeah, you probably don't deserve to be there. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, shout out Free Seeks Uplink. Yo, they could have just sat and spawned and just pre-aim something together, and they would have been fine. 10-0, 10. That's a minimum of 5 dunks.
United
5 dunks and 1 score to actually win.
Just say about it, bro. 10-0 is crazy.
Unfortunately,
we're losing that. We're losing
10-0,
bro.
Crazy.
Y'all, bro. Like John was live gaming, dude. They only lost that game because John had like a crazy fucking 3-piece by like the orange tarp. Like
yeah, that's the only reason.
No, okay, but like that's
the only reason.
Bro, United had the ball. They were running to their base. I think they had like 2 or 3 dead. It was literally just John, and John popped 3. If John dies there, United dunks. Worst case scenario, OT. But they probably win it because then Envy doesn't just get the ball and just run to the
right. But they did.
I believe they did that. So United would have been up to 1, probably won the series, beat OpTic IW champs.
Probably not.
Okay,
because they didn't win.
We should probably scrap the idea of going back to me since we got off the other topic that I was going to talk about.
Okay.
So let's go back to Fish.
Walk in, twin.
So I took the no like I'm blanking.
Topic?
Yeah, no topic, sorry. I took that to advantage, okay? I think that's my take that Kenny should have 4 rings. I've said this 1,000 times over and over again. And I
think Kenny 3.
I think you should have 4.
I'd meet you at 3. 4, hell no.
Okay, so we all agree that the third one is the World War II one, right? Like,
yes, dude.
100%.
So we should have a ring.
Silly Fargo Palmer with the zebra arm tattoo is the biggest fluke win I've ever seen in my life. Yo, earlier I was a little weird about Patty P. Shout out Patty P. Helped me on Next Defiant. But what a fluke of a run. What an absolute fluke. Patty P is on the Everett's top 10 list because of his second ring, which is a fluke of all flukes.
Okay, whoa. Ace is top 10 because he has 20 fucking wins, dude. It's not just only 2 rings.
The second ring defo helps him.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
A lot. I still think he'd be in the top 10 list, though, without that World War II ring. If he had 19 championships, absolutely.
I mean, maybe. Next
19's
episode,
a lot, bro.
Next episode, we have a different idea. We'll talk about it more then. We'll talk about it more then, but Patty P might not be what you're saying. Let's say that. But I'll meet you at 3 rings. I don't think Kenny should have 4, though.
You should have 4.
Thank God I got Shane's creation on my side. The 100 Thieves fanboy, he's on my side.
Dude, I'm a Thieves fanboy. LA born and raised. Ride or die, and by that I mean I am not dying for the Thieves. I am a fan like no other. I'll say that. I'll say I'm a fan like no other. I'm not ride or die though. I ain't died for you, Nate Shot. But 4?
So yeah, I literally talked about this in DMs to Nick. It's literally about the last 2 majors in BO4, they buffed the SOG. Okay, and wouldn't you know it? As soon as they buffed the SOG, Sip and Beezy go in there and win the next 2 events. Isn't that something? These went back to back. SOG get buffed. They get to get grand finals.
Shane,
what's up?
You gotta let me cook this guy real quick. So
before you cook him for 5 minutes, can I say something?
yes. I am gonna cook it for like a long time. So you need to.
Yeah. I hear you out, Fish Cat, and I think the buffed Sog really helped the United.
Yeah.
But Simp and Abizi have been good for several years in a row now, and I don't think anyone was gonna stop them, especially in Search, because Simp was hitting some insane snipes consistently every round. I think they deserve the win as much as I wish Thieves won. I think they did deserve it. So I will happily meet you at Kenny 3 Rings because Patty P. No one's letting no one mentioned assault, but
assault life event. That guy almost looked like IW formal, bro. Like it was actually
IW,
insane. Assault life game is insane.
Well, wasn't Assault MVP?
He was MVP and he dropped like a 1.3 something. It was
damn. Oh my god,
that guy was looking like me out there. Okay, bro, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
Wait,
so we will start with at least the first part. Okay, World War II. I absolutely do agree. TK should have won that event. Unfortunately for World War II, what happened with a lot of matchups was it was just sort of matchup cheese where teams had a stylistic difference, and unfortunately that's just what happened to TK. TK were objectively a better team. Kenny was an insane player, but yeah, unfortunately EG, something about their style threw him off. I will say, I don't want to say it was like the most fluke event, because I will say like one thing that kind of goes underrated was EG at Champs that year was actually really insane at S&D, and that's something that helped them in not only in that final but also just throughout the whole event to win. That was something that they turned out after going on some massive loss streaks. So I think we're playing a little bit, but I think everyone like would agree, just like looking back on that year, that was TK's that event. It was either TK or Rise. TK beat Rise. Rise went out top 16. TK was red all over it since Friday nights, and everyone was shocked that did not happen. All right, Black Ops 4.
That was so crazy.
Now, I would like to preface this before I get cooked too much. I am a big time E United fan. I mean, not only just physically look at me, but like mentally as well.
Oh, that is crazy.
Like E United themselves said, I was like a big fan.
True.
They did. I was in the YouTube videos.
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? I'm so sorry, my brain just shut off.
No, you're good. It's just like even like E United like themselves knew I was like a big time fan. They shout me out and stuff. So thank you, United, and people that work on United back then, like
I was like,
Burns,
we need E United back in the league.
No, I agree.
Wait, well, I mean, they don't exist anymore, but
I know, but like, I'm just saying, like, someone needs to start reviving.
No, I agree. Get
bro, in BO6, get some quick revive. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure some of them have like beef with each other, but let's get the fucking band back together and shit like that. Okay,
the band back together.
No, wait, don't you have like the United app on your phone? That's what you told me about that.
Have the United app.
It's time to delete, bro. It's time to delete, bro. It's been years.
The United app is okay. It's flipped on the video, but United is in fact on the phone. The app doesn't work because it got taken down, but like, yeah. Okay, so I want to let's
that's a new Flappy Bird.
Let's look back at Black Ops 4. Okay, I hate how much people discredit United that year. Okay, obviously they get a lot of credit in the sense of like back to back, but like a lot of people look back on that year and they're like, "Oh, United just were good at the end." No, they made 4 out of 6. They played more events in the final.
That's something I didn't even bring up.
Not in the final, and not only that, but one of those events was without Simp. That was with fucking JCap. That was with like
JCap and Clay beef was so sick.
That was good beef. But that event was Alec playing super good, nearly on Dashy's level. Like that was about. BC was playing pretty good, but like, yeah. Obviously, Fort Worth, they got dead last, but that was in the middle of the JCap Clay beef, so, like, I don't want to shape it too much, but, like, we can like, low-key write that off. Like, on the low.
I'll give you that. I'll actually give you that.
London, they got second. This was with Simp, one of his best events ever, 1.3x. He was playing insane even in the final, and guys, guess what? That was without the buff Sog. That was the shitty Sog. And he put up the same stats he did at Champs. The thing about Simp and Abizi, did they maybe get like 5% better with the buff? Sure, but like, we're acting like they got 50% better. No, Simp was still fucking insane. That's why we still look at Simp as arguably the best BO4 player. It's not like he just played good at the last few events. He was good ever since he came into the league. Simp over Bruce for BO4. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. But Abizi as well.
Bruce all year was good.
Right, but Simp was better.
Yeah, but like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, but he was. But anyways, let me continue.
But yeah,
Abizi was still obviously playing like really good.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that like truly changed United was like towards the end there was like a 3-sub meta and like Pristini he was on like a 3-sub. Like I don't know if like okay like there was like that like true change into BO4 when like frequency turned to like a 3-sub map. And Preston did play pretty good with a sub, but also I did love him like on the Maddox too. I don't think like Preston either got like, by the way, Preston being Pristini, I also think he got like insanely better with hits and sod. This team was really good throughout the whole year. Like arguably could have won London. I'm not saying they should have, but could have. They were in the final. A lot of people going to Anaheim actually had United as a favorite as they beat Thieves in the league 3-0 shit on. Now, Anaheim, they got shit on themselves. They got fucking top sick. They're losing to, like, Elevate and shit in pools, I think, if I remember correctly. And then, obviously, at the end of the year, went back-to-back. And, guys, their champs run was fucking insane. 3 players dropped 1.3s. How do we have an event where 3 players drop 1.3s and we say, oh, I don't think that team should have won? No, that was an insane event for them. That's where everything came together. All the fucking... troubles they went like throughout the year, everything, it finally fucking clicked, it meshed, they got over all their bullshit, they just fucking put their head down and fucking had a phenomenal run. Easily was biased as a United fan, but that was one of my favorite events to watch. I think it's just disgraceful to say, like, oh, Kenny should have won the event. Could he have? Of course, but we can say and talk about how, like, oh, fucking Rambo Ray should have 2 rings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and say that. Like, yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. United, 100%, their ring, written all over it. I don't want to have revisionist history just because, like, oh, like, Kenny, like, coulda. And, like, for, like, the other players, you're like, oh, could have been Octane's first ring, like, yada, yada, yada.
I mean, 4 rings, though.
Yeah, so I like...
How crazy would it be if Kenny did win 4 rings? First ever person to get 4.
That would be. Like, I mean, no matter who is first person to win 4 rings, like it will be insane.
Do you have a prediction on who the first one's going to be?
Kenny.
I think Kenny or Shotzi is a good shout. I know you're going to think like Cell, Abizi.
I want to say Cell. It have to be Simper.
It have to be Simper Abizi.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw a take on Twitter recently that Cell is the best player of all time. Not like accolades wise, but like if you're to build a roster, you're choosing Cell all time, and I think that was crazy.
I think he's good, but not all time,
dude. That dude. I think you pick up Cell if there's snaking in the game. Let's just say it.
True.
Let's just say it for what it is.
That's
if
insane.
You can stake, you pick up Cell.
Okay, that's insane take, but like, dude, like back to back years, this guy's dropped 1.2s overall for the year. That is insane. He's probably like the only guy to ever do that.
There was a point in time, I'm sure Seth did that. I'm sure Scum did that.
1.2s in 3 consecutive seasons? I think AW, because AW Seth was insane. I know for sure IW he didn't. So it would either have to be... I also know Ghosty didn't. So that would already chalk it. I think maybe AW BO3. Maybe.
But like...
and like
dude.
Maybe like BO2. But
he
like
might have done it in BO2.
Okay, but that's straight pick. That's not consecutive. I said consecutive.
Okay, so BO2, MW3, and BO1, maybe.
Oh my god, he played against plumbers. No way we're counting.
Oh wait, shout out Assassin, bro. Love that guy, BO1.
Oh, we're counting against plumbers.
That's a go, that's who it is.
But yeah.
Wait, he was playing against like Eggs for a bit.
Did he team with Eggs in BO1?
No, he teamed with Eggs in BO1.
Okay, and he didn't get to play against him, so like Eggs couldn't tank his KD, so like good for Seth, I guess.
Yo, Eggs was not like that, bro.
Eggs was like that, like BO2 and shit, bro, and then Ghost and then
not in BO1.
I didn't watch BO1 like that. I can't tell you like who's goated, who's.
Yo, Fire Range. I think Fire Range would be sick. I think. Yo, okay, this isn't my hot take, but I might actually. It's my hot take. Go ahead, Nick.
What?
Go ahead. It's your turn to do your hot take, and then I have my hot take.
Oh, right. Okay. Wait. So do we wrap up the K thing? Okay, Fish, are you down to me? I said 3. Yeah. Like,
Kenny should have 3.
I kind of want to say like some last things.
Okay,
go ahead.
What's up?
Like, obviously, yeah, like United made 4 out of, or yeah, they made 4 grand finals out of 6. Which it's impressive. You know, that's kind of
Very
Like you
impressive.
said, more
Without
than half.
competitive that year was very impressive.
Yes, I agree.
But a 5% buff at that level, it's like insane.
That's like what I'm saying. Like, obviously, like the first year was a J cap, so like I guess that's like you can scratch it off. But the second one with Simp, obviously, like you say, he dropped a 1.3. The in champs he did 3 places, no?
Both champs and London, he dropped 1.3 X's.
Okay.
He was insane.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
remember
what I'm
playoff
saying, like,
stats, but also
he
playoffs
dropped-
they like for sure should have won. They didn't have a hard run. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, in the second grand finals, he dropped the same 1.3 and he couldn't close it out. And next thing you know, buff subs, they closed both of them out. That's this.
That's all he's saying, and
That's all I'm saying. I'm a firm.
No.
I genuinely am a believer in that.
Right, but
we
like,
might need to put a chef hat on this guy. He's cooking.
No, but like I don't think they won just because like they were just a really
Well,
good
like
team.
obviously, like
And also
honestly,
on
like,
top of that, okay, I actually have a counter argument for Thieves real quick. Thieves did fall off a little bit. So you want to know a crazy fucking statistic about Thieves, and then you want to hear their fall off. So Thieves, all the way up until champs, never had a series where they lost 2 hard points in a row in the series. A whole year. That's an insane statistic. Okay, I mean, so if Thieves ever lost a series up until champs, it was because they lost both hard points. Every single series they played with Priesta, they won at least 1 hard point. They never went 0-2. Champs, both series they lost, including the United one, and the other series that they lost was the Luminosity one and Winners, they lost both hard points. That was the only 2 times that happened that year, and it was both at champs. And that's not just like coincidence. That's like a bit of a fall off. So not only was United, I mean, we could say United was like on like the rise and played better, but I don't think it was, Thieves stayed the same, but United just got better. I think it was a contributing factor of both. United got maybe a little better. Thieves did get a little bit worse. Not to mention the event before, they got like dead last or whatever, like almost dead last. They got top 8, I think. No. They beat.
I think I'm like
Losers.
6 or something.
Yeah. They got 6. They beat OpTic and Losers, and then fucking lost to Gen G, a team they also never fucking they never lost to.
Yeah, shout out Gen G, by the way. I
love
wish
that
I
Gen
was
G.
more. I wish I were going to
Shout out Gen G.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I hear you, but
okay, this is a little tangent. Do you think OpTic could have won BO4 champs if they didn't lose to E United?
I mean, yeah.
If they didn't lose to E United, they were gonna play? Oh God, who are they gonna play? It's like EG or whatever, right? No. Oh my gosh, I'm so throwing.
OpTic would have played either Thieves or United in finals.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm talking like before that. OpTic played E United to lose, right?
Yeah, and winners finals for top 2 for finals. They didn't lose.
If
they didn't lose like
that, do you think they win the event?
No.
No.
OpTic OpTic always lost versus Thieves that year, and E United they were like 50-50. I can't like full-heartedly say OpTic would have. If they played Thieves, I think like Thieves would have won. Thieves shat on OpTic. E United it would have been like 50-50. If they had a series advantage, I think United still could have came back and won 2 best of 5s versus them.
I think
if
so
because
the SOG buff.
SOG buff, jeez.
Wasn't just
SOG
that.
buff cheese.
But if we do want to contribute to that, United didn't lose OpTic once the SOG buff happened. They beat them in the league and beat them at champs. And by the way,
like hear me out, SOG buff cheese.
It wasn't just SOG buff cheese.
Okay,
are we done with this take? Fuck this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
What's a godlike type?
Kenny 3 rings.
Terrible. God awful.
Kenny 4 rings. Kenny 5 rings.
Kenny 3 rings. MX. All right. So we're going for my take next. I kind of alluded to a little bit earlier because we were talking about the New York team, right? And we're going to throw it back to rostermania a little bit because word on the street, and it's looking very likely, is Gentlemates. They're going to come to the league. They're going to take the LEG spots. If y'all know Gentlemates, they're actually like a big French org. Gotaga is a co-founder. They're currently in like Val and like Rocket League, I think maybe some other stuff, and they want to come to Call of Duty. And it looks super likely. And the roster is very likely to be the core of the New York MW2 Championship team, so Skies, Kismet, and Priesta. And alongside their 4th as their Hydra replacement, they're getting the other Frenchie, they're getting Lins. So, I need y'all to let me rant for another like few minutes.
Okay.
Because I got a lot I want to say. I think Gentlemates this roster of 4 will be a bottom 4, potentially even bottom 3 team.
I honestly agree with that.
And I say that.
That was something I was going to write down, but.
My fault if I took it.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I just want to look back on history, because one thing I don't like about Call of Duty Esports history is how much revision history happens. Guys, were they good in MW2? Yes, absolutely. They were not as good as people make them out to be. Like, yes, obviously they won 3 out of 5 events. Y'all, they were good at the start. They were good at the end. The middle was really rough. I didn't look up their placements,
honestly,
but like, what?
But don't you want a team to bounce back? Like, good teams would bounce back.
Right? Yeah. Okay, but it's I still let me yap for a couple more minutes. I got like some takes. So they were very mediocre in the middle. They were, I know off the top of my head, dead last Major 3. I want to say 8th at Major 2, and I think like 4th at Major 4. You can argue the Major 4 placement, because like that was also the event where they got like 1v4'd by Abizi. So if you want him with like some cheese, like they maybe could have placed better. Like, I'm a FaZe fan. I'll kind of hear you on that though, because like 1v4s, they don't happen much.
1v4 is not allowed.
So let's break down this team that's I don't think is as dominant as some of y'all want to make it out to be. Okay. So firstly,
the Hydra team or this?
Yes. This Hydra team. I want to look back at the MW2 here. So let's start with Hydra. Guys, that was by far and away the best player on that team. By far and away the best player that year. That guy was a do-it-all. If you just look at the eye test, that guy bailed them out so many fucking times. And that's what superstars do. I'm not necessarily trying to knock anyone for that, but like that's just case of the matter, right? Well, clearly you don't have fucking Hydra, by the way. That guy, he wants to go play with better teams. Okay, so let's actually talk about the players that are on this team, okay? We start with Kismet. This year, where they were so good, won chips, this guy was arguably a top 5 player. I believe Breaking Point actually had him as number 5 in their top 20 list.
Kiz99?
Kiz99. That was his nickname. Guys, he's like Kiz49 now. He's so fucking
another
shit, for lack of a better words.
It's not even my
his
fault.
MW3 year was so bad. And like, I think like, like Kismet, he had a super shit MW3. He had a really good MW2. If he can get someone like the middle of that, like that could maybe be doable. He's just not going to be anywhere near MW2 level, especially without Hydra by side. That's just,
so what Kiz do you need? You need like a Kiz 80?
I'll take a Kiz 80.
What do you think?
You maybe Kiz 90. You might need a 90 plus.
A 90. Huh?
You might even need 99 back to be like truly good, which is just not going to happen. And then we move on to Skies. I don't want to shout on him too much because I feel like he might be a bit underrated, but also
I think Caesar's good.
He's icy, bro.
He's icy. He's good. He's just not like the guy.
I think he's the best player on that team.
Right. And like that's
that.
sort of my point. So so Skies, I think he's like the perfect like 3rd best player. He should not be number 1 player on your fucking team, and that's arguable. But he's easily top 2 on this roster if you want to say Linz is number 1. And like Sky's like, bro, in order for this team to be good, we need like Florida Mutineer Skies back when that guy was like popping off carrying, and then he got like so pissed like his teammates were like sniping him and shit, and shout Dave Patty.
That's how they found it. No, I love that clip so much, bro.
And then we go to Priesta. Okay, that guy even during the MW2 year was kind of still got dropped because they realized he was and then only got worse. And then you move on to Linz. He's pretty good. I think he could be better than how he played on Rocker this year. But obviously, here's the issue. He's not fucking Hydra. He's not going to be anywhere near Hydra. Even if they have like the same fucking system set up in the same way, he's going to be like, best case scenario, 80% of Hydra. And I think just the issue, going to specifically this game, I think they could have really good teamwork. But guys, it's going to be a Slay heavy game. Potentially 3 sub meta. This team is not going to be it on a game that you might just need a lot of kills and just need to slay the fuck out. Like literally, and I don't think like no matter what this team could even win championship. But even if you want to be like top 6, 5-ish, you would legit need Linz to be at least like 90% of Hydra. You would need Kiz to be real fucking close to his MW2's form. Spoiler, he couldn't be farther away. You would need Priesta to not
Kinsman?
shit the fucking bed.
Oh my
Spoiler,
God.
has been. And you need Skies. I would want Skies back to like Florida Mutineers form. Spoiler, even on New York MW2, he wasn't necessarily Florida form. He was good at MW2, just maybe not Florida form or like even like LG form. It's like you want to. Oh, maybe LG is good. But like you like elevate Skies BO4. That guy was insane. That's why he got
That was
picked from LG.
insane.
So yeah,
UIU?
UIU, dude, they dropped Skies
Oh, I
UIU.
forgot about that.
I remember that.
They dropped him, then that's why I got into Elevate. Then he fucking
Now he's
forgot.
good.
off.
I forgot about that.
How is their pocket? Yeah, UIU is super fucking forgettable. Probably for good reason. Fuck you, Zinni. Okay, so only thing I want to
I
wrap
think
up
you've
this
burnt more
is.
bridges than I have.
I probably
I
have.
think you
My
have, bro.
fault, Zen.
Probably have.
Yo,
Probably
we need
have.
a
My fault,
bridge
Zen.
burning counter, bro.
we might need a count. So
Yeah, we do.
so
That'd be
last
fair.
couple things I want to wrap up this point with. Okay, teams I see being worse than them. Falcons for sure, and I think one of like. Maybe both Rocker and Breach will be worse, but I actually think one of them might have the potential to be better. Like if Rocker forms like a underrated team with like some like good slaying potential, that team legit might be better than this team.
Yeah.
And last thing I'd like to wrap it up with a little fun fact. Last time we saw a roster of like 3 champs players coming back together a couple years later and being like, hey, let's run back some magic. Guys, it was EG on fucking Los Angeles Girls in Cold War with Justin Silly, Fargo Palmer, Apathy, Assault. Dead last by a fucking country mile. Alright, guys, thoughts on the take?
I fully agree. I was literally gonna have a take about this gentleman roster not being as good as people are saying they will be, but I just scratched it. But I fully.
Well, I
agree with
appreciate you
everything
for
said.
doing that because you let me go on a
Yeah.
tangent for like the last few minutes.
Bottom 4 seems a little
Bottom
tough.
4.
Seems a little tough.
Well, that's why it's a bit
Who's
of
gonna be
a
worse
hot
than
take.
them? You said Falcons.
I think Falcons will for sure be worse.
Yeah.
I think they will be bottom 4. They might even be bottom 3, just because like I actually could see a world where like one of Boston or Rocker like actually works out nicely, just like
Okay.
just
That's
because
fair.
like the angle of slaying. Guys, I know teamwork is important, COD. It's very important, but it's not the
But
only
this
thing that's
is-
important. You have to slay. It's an FPS game. You have
Especially
to
in
slay.
Ghost 6, bro.
Absolutely. If it looks like that, which that's sort of like
Yeah.
our take. It's going to be a slay heavy game, very similar to like your jetpack CODs, you know.
I'm thinking about the teams. Right, I sent the like one photo that's been going around from CDL Intel.
Yeah. I'll check that
Do
out real
I
quick.
think they're going to slay more than Falcons? Yes.
I actually might have to throw up that picture on the screen real quick. Now I will say, guys, this picture's a bit outdated.
It is
We
outdated.
talked about some of the
Yeah.
other teams, but like
Yeah.
this is
Max-
like sort of like my take though. It's like okay, like when you look at Gelmates on paper, it actually
Think
does
it'll
look
be-
like a decently
Yeah,
constructed
on paper they
roster.
look good.
But like you just compare it to other teams though, I just think there's a ton of other teams that look so much better.
I think they'll be better than Vegas Falcons.
Yep, that's
I think
Easy
they'll be
stop.
better than the Heretics.
okay. That's probably I don't necessarily have them above
Yeah,
Heretics, so
but
that's like
I
I
kinda
don't
forgot
know a lot about
Heretics.
Rancor. Keep that in mind. I don't know a lot about Rancor. But like, dude, who's gonna be their 4? They have 5 motherfuckers listed.
I think
Someone's
rumor was
getting
like
dropped on the neck.
Vic was,
Bro, why
was
is
getting
Zenny
dropped.
there?
What?
Where's
Why is
Zenny?
Zenny in the
He's talking about the
Miami
coach
Heretics?
shade. That's Method sick, bro. I've talked about that. That's
Oh.
Method sick, not
Yo.
Methods, dude.
Yo.
Yeah, you think
Yo.
There's two different methods,
Yo.
bro. There's 2 different methods. This guy actually doesn't know anything about coaches. You know, he
No, I'm
does.
telling
This
you,
guy
bro. I
actually
don't
knows
nothing about
nothing.
coaches.
At least
Yeah,
he's honest.
I thought Zenny was Miami Heretics coach, bro. What happened?
I could see this team being better than Surge, maybe. Maybe better than Boston as well. They might
That's fair.
might be like 8th. I don't want to disagree with you. I think they're in the bottom half of the league, but I don't know if they're like very
Bottom 4.
clearly bottom 4.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but-
fair.
Mhm.
They're
That's fair,
probably
yeah.
bottom 5.
Who knows?
Guaranteed bottom
Maybe
6.
his roster actually does something. 'Cause
No.
again, on paper, they seem pretty good.
I think the only like benefit they have is a lot of the teams have like a second AR. And I think we're in for a 3 sub year.
Okay,
I
but
think a lot-
Priesta, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
Priest of a sub?
think about it like this, like Ultra.
Did you see Priesta with the sub stage 4 of Boston when they had to play with
Yeah,
Major
but
Maniac?
like-
My
Okay, but
God.
like
That was worse than the Pentagram roster.
FaZe has 2 ARs. OpTic has 2 ARs. CLOUD9's gonna have 2 ARs. Ultra's gonna have 2 ARs.
Wait. What?
What?
Weren't you literally like saying yourself earlier in the episode, like, yo, I trust Straws to run a sub, Kane to run a sub. Those guys were literally sub players
No.
at one point.
I said I trust him to be good next year. I am worried if it is a 3 sub meta. I know they could run a sub, and I know Kenny's best on a sub. Shout out the World War II season.
Nope.
That happened a decade ago.
I mean, yo, we just spoke about how he should have won a ring there. What are you possibly talking about?
Right,
we
I agree.
literally
But
just
that was
spoke about it.
also forever ago. I mean, yo, he was playing against Silly, aka playing against Plumbers. You know what I'm saying? It's...
Yo, when are you going to just admit the beef, bro? But I agree. Like, I agree. The good players will still be good this year. But if we're going to go from like second ARs to subs again, like I do you trust Sib to run a sub at a super high level? No, I don't know. But we all agree Sib is a pretty good AR. We all agree.
Sib, I saw Sib sometimes with an MP40 in Vanguard. He had a nice MP40 shot.
But that's also not taking into account like Omni movement and stuff.
Okay.
I forgot about movement.
Well, wait, do you think the
Sib
movement is going to be
insane movement?
Do we not think Omni movement's going to be like insane this year?
Right, and Sib has some of the,
one of the
best
most important
movement in the league. Therefore,
but
that will give Sib a if Omni is going to create this gap we think it might, then that's going to give Sib a higher gap even with a sub.
But that's assuming he's good at it. He might be like a clunky player.
We're making a ton of assumptions here, bro. It's okay to make assumptions.
He's gonna be good,
and you're assuming he's not going to be good.
No, I said there's a chance because it is harder to go from an AR to a sub than it is to go from a sub to an AR.
What have you seen from
especially
Sib?
when you're going to go into a brand new movement mechanic?
Okay, see.
Yes.
What I have seen from Sib,
I can
safely assume he will be good. Because guess what? I've never seen
Sib be good. I said that. I said the good players will be good this year.
Yeah, but like you're saying like, okay, well yeah,
what I
they're gonna
said.
be good.
Why?
Like no, like yo, I don't think Sib's gonna be good with a sub. Spoiler, bro, good players gonna be good with a sub.
I said good players will be good. I just
said
then
what point make you about it? What point make you about it?
I'm just worried about the teams that have been running a second AR instead of a flex that we know a flex going between two different guns. A second AR going back to a sub, which we haven't really seen before, can be a little finicky.
Oh no!
I'm not saying Sib will be ass, but I think it's harder to go from a fucking AR to a sub, especially with a brand new movement mechanic.
Guys,
like what are you talking
spoiler
about?
Alert. Sib might not drop a 1.15. It might be a 1.13. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we gonna do?
Guys, do you think that's gonna matter? Do you think that's gonna count for anything? Yes. Yes. If Scrap has to pick up a sub, Scrappy might not be the exact same Scrappy we know. If Sib has to pick up a sub, he might not be the exact same Sib we know.
Did you see Scrap on Rio with the fucking rival? That guy was insane.
Yes,
that guy was like a consistent 40 plus, bro.
Dude, it's Rio.
Shout out to Rival 9.
Okay, but that was like the map.
Yeah, shout out to Rival 9 too, by the way.
And like, okay, and we might have subs better than the Rival 9. We might have a gun better than the ray gun. Therefore, that guy's gonna start dropping 50. He might start dropping 50 now. Oh,
he might start dropping 50, but
he's only dropping 50. What are we gonna do? Oh no, Envoy, you dropped 10. No.
And boy went 10 and 40. No.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, not again? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, Nick, said that, right?
Wait, I didn't say that again. Wait, that was my fish.
Overall, I don't think the team is going to be like anywhere in the top half of the league. I do think they'll be in the bottom half, but I think them having 3 sub players might not be horrible. It might not be horrible.
And 2 of those sub players drop 0.8s, dude. God damn.
Dude.
The other guy's gonna be like a 1.0 flat. I don't know. No, I think Linz might be better than that. He might be like a 1.05 or something. But he's not gonna be
1.15.
Bro, I'm gonna wait for someone.
Wait,
right.
what'd you say? You're waiting on someone?
He said he's been awake for so long.
Yeah, my fault.
All right. Yeah. I got like 15
take?
minutes. So
Okay.
I'll try to make my take pretty quickly. Quickly.
How much you got?
I got one take.
No, he's talking like
How much time
time
you
wise.
got?
You're talking about some like,
How
we
much
got
time you got?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
and
Well,
like,
we'll probably be done with the next 15 minutes.
All
Sure.
right.
All right. This is about the CDL. Control is ass, and we need to drop control. Control does not play well on most maps. You cannot look at me and tell me Invasion Control is good. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to hear. You cannot tell me that high rise control is good. I refuse. I think it is time we bring back an old game mode or introduce a brand new one. Okay. Full disclosure here. I am the biggest fan of Blitz you'll ever meet.
I am so down for Blitz.
Ghost. I'm down for Blitz to be
I'm
back.
down for Blitz.
Or CTF.
No.
I'll meet you at CTF if you don't like Blitz. But I think we're going into a fast-paced game, and I don't think Control is good. I think Control is so boring. I will never tell you I think TDM is competitive. You will never hear me say TDM is competitive, and we see some controls go down to TDM, and I don't like that. I think Blitz would be a sick addition, especially since we have like smaller maps. There's going to be a lot of intense moments and high-scoring games, and I think overall Blitz will be better than Control for BO6. I'm just out of Control. I hate Control as a game mode.
Yeah.
I hate Control.
I also am not a fan of Control. That's not the best game mode, obviously. But to be fair, like they're not going to add Blitz. They're not going to add Blitz.
They're not going to add.
They're not going to do anything to it. So like
they might add CTF. They might add CTF. I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility. Yo, we should play Domination Fish Gap. We might get it.
Well, Shane,
Dom has a better chance than CTF easily.
Someone behind the CDO, I forgot who it was. This was a quote a couple years ago. But someone said to like Zoomer, like Ben or something, as long as Control's in Call of Duty, Control will be the CDO.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, am I faded for my Control take?
I think Control's ass. I think it's ass. I mean, it depends on the map.
I think it's one of the better third game modes we've had.
Yeah.
Right? In comparison to like Dom, it's obviously better.
It's no hard point. It's no S&D.
But like, yo, we need something better than Control. I don't think TDM has a place in competitive games because, like, what is the point? The best lane team will win, and that's not a competitive thing. I want the best team to win, but I want them to have to play in OBJ. I want them to have strategy, not just gunny, you know?
Yeah,
I don't think TDM has a place for it, which means, by definition, I don't think Control has a place for it. We need a better third game mode. I think with Omni moving, you could do some cool things with CTF. Maybe in a weird universe, we could do something with Uplink. But
Gridiron.
like
Uplink, boots on ground. I'm down.
Shout out Gridiron. But like you might be able to do something with that. We just need a different third game mode. I don't
think we need one.
Yes, it's time.
It's
time.
Well, how long has Control been? BO4?
Since
it was
BO4.
BO4 was in Modern Warfare 19.
Except for MW19, yeah. So
Cold War and then Cold War on.
Yep.
I mean, like...
It's been too long. I think Blitz, Uplink, or CTF would be better this year. I know some of you guys are like, Arden's Forest. What the fuck? No, we don't want CTF back. Yo, that was a fluke, and you know it, bro. That was a fluke, and you know it. CTF could be good, especially with some of the maps that are rumored to be coming back. Like I'm sure we're gonna see Slums this year. Slum, I don't know if Slums has been rumored, but Slum CTF was sick in BO2. Dude, the OpTic van, shout out Standoff, CTF. Raid probably won't work as well, but like you can do something with Hacienda. Rumor of like Fringe is coming back. Rumor of Stronghold is coming back. We could do something with CTF that is still good, still fun, still refreshing, and I think it'd be fine. Control's gotta go. Let's just say if I got a job at the league, Control is gone. It is gone.
I just think my main issue with this take, I don't even necessarily disagree with it, but so let's actually break down the issue, okay? I think the main issue with Control it's not even necessarily a bad mode. It's just the maps are not structured for it. They haven't been since BO4. You can semi-argue Cold War, okay? And I think that's been the main contributing factor why it's been so shit. I mean, especially like, MW3 was arguably the worst control year, and that's because we played all maps that control didn't exist when they were right. Exactly. Now, my issue here though is that some of the other modes, I think they also fully rely on maps being built with those modes in mind, because that's the issue with a World War II. I mean, like, it wasn't just Orange Forest. World War II as a whole for CTF was very mediocre. Flag Tower, it was semi fun, but I think that was like more so like. Flag Tower. I just enjoyed Flag Tower because it was just like a fully like different map. It wasn't any of the other modes. I just don't think CTF was like, it wasn't necessarily like the wrong mode for World War II. It's probably better than Gridiron, but like it wasn't some spectacular mode either. And when we're talking about like some of the other games about like, oh look at this, it's like, bro, we're talking BO2 and BO3. Those are like the best CODs of all time, pretty much. That like a lot of people would agree with that. And I think the angle that you're taking with like the maps coming back, I think that's the angle that you do have to take for this. If we do get those fucking maps back, like if we do play some Raid, some Fringe, some Stronghold, some Slumps, some Standoff, oh absolutely, we can get it back. But and odds are even pretty high too that we get those maps back. But it's just like
pretty high.
If we don't,
I'm very sure we're gonna play Express SMD this year. I'm very sure.
The issue I have is like, as mediocre as Control is, I do think like, okay, if we're talking maps that weren't made with either mode in mind, I think Control plays better than CTF. And like, okay, so like think like Vanguard, okay? Whereas like neither modes were made in mind. Bro, Tusk and Berlin Control absolutely work better than that would on like CTF. Bro, imagine playing like Gavutu CTF. Was fucking Gavutu Control awful? Like, yes, but like, Gavutu CTF would have been Arden's Force on steroids. And you can say that about like some other maps and some of these other games.
I think since we have smaller maps and we have a better movement system, we have like more sub players, so people are going to be moving faster in general. I think one of these faster games, a faster like season could help us move away from Control. I think CTF. Okay, oh god, what do you think would be like the best CTF map in the BO6 beta? You think it'd be the train map, or do you think it'd be like Skyline?
In the beta?
Yeah, in the beta.
I don't know if I want to play any of those maps CTF.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, let's just go Skyline. Like, everyone hypes up Skyline. I think Skyline has several cool routes you could take. You could take the this is a cool route, but you could take the underground route. You could go through the pool side. You could go through the bar side. You could go upstairs. Like you could just zigzag across from pool to bar side. Like there's so many routes you could take that I think it would play okay. I think play okay.
Counter argument. Imagine the stalemates on Skyline, and you got a motherfucker hiding at the bottom. Shane. I mean, no. Yo, let's pause for a second. You imagine this, okay? Skyline, both flag carriers at the bottom, and they're both on other sides of that fucking death hole vent.
Okay.
Bro, do you know how AIDS that would be? You're the other team. You have to go through that vent, or you gotta take a fucking route. Oh my god.
I mean, yes, that would be an issue specifically, which is why I said this wouldn't be a good route. But like, outside of that, do you think the rest of it would be bad? I don't think that'd be the main route. But you have like open doors. One bad route
can ruin the map. That's like kind of like what happened to like Forest. It's like Forest. There was like some like cheesy routes, and like the stalemates were just awful. You could easily run into a crazy stalemate situation on Skyline because of that one route.
Okay, then let's talk about what I forget the train map name. Like
Derelict.
Derelict?
What it's pronounced something like that.
Something like that. Okay, let's just say that was a CTF map. I think that would play okay. You could zigzag through the trains in mid. You could go through the building. You could go like curve around the rock. You could jump from like the rock side over a fucking train onto a roof. Omni backward slide, gutting a kid trying to kill you while capping. I think that map would play fine for it.
think the map would be like too small because like the way
That's
CTF.
not. That's yeah. That's
I mean,
way too
that's just a
small.
BO6 issue, though.
Well, yeah, but so like,
Yeah.
so like the way CTF works, right? Is like, yo, like okay, so like let's say like you're turtled up in your base, you're 4 down. You don't spawn in your base, you spawn in like some other lane, and then you gotta like OE, right? Or like,
Yeah.
well, let's
Right.
say like, up with your team if you like OE or whatnot, right? So,
Right.
bro, if we play like
we
that
go head
map,
out the lane together.
yeah, well, like dude, if we played that map, you're like guaranteed OE, and you're gonna be in their spawn within like 5 seconds, or it's gonna take them like 10 seconds to get their spawn or whatever. It's not that timing, but. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, dude, like OE, you're right, you might be looking at it, you know? Like, I'm just like thinking,
Yeah.
like, imagine.
But that stops the stalemate ideas. Especially with like nades. Nades are
Uh,
pretty powerful. Where are you gonna stalemate?
Well, that's like kind of how like stalemates even like start sometimes. It's like you OE, you get like a successful like OE, and like you pull the flag, and like you run through your route, they're running through their other route, and then you stalemate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, sure that will happen, but
I think
Since the maps are
stalemates would
smaller-
be less like boring and stuff. Like you'll be incentivized to like hit each other. You know.
have to clash.
Whereas like yeah, like Force, you could literally turtle and spawn for like 5 minutes and like
Yeah.
whatever. That's
So
probably
I,
happen less.
I
but,
think
like,
knowing that it wouldn't be like the worst game for CTF.
I don't
What about
think-
Blitz? I think Blitz
I'll
could be
say-
sick.
I think Blitz is terrible for BO6.
Why?
Just because of like how small and how cheesy everything would be.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like your
That's
point.
what
The routes would be so easy to take, and then you just like boop.
But the routes wouldn't be so
I
easy to
love
take.
Blitz. I love
Women.
Blitz.
If we're going based off what the devs had said,
Bro,
we're designing
imagine
maps with-
Skyline Blitz, bro.
No,
Imagine-
no.
There's guaranteed a route open, unless
Oh,
unless
yeah,
you
sure.
camp your spawn.
Actually, is it? I mean, yeah. Because
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, well, like things you could do, you could just GA the door system.
We gotta get rid of that.
We're going to. We know there's GAs. We're already talking about GA and snipers. Yo, another take. Yo, next
Oh,
episode,
no.
I got dibs on the sniper GAs take. By the way,
Dude.
All you,
next
bro.
episode,
All
I
you.
got dibs, bro.
All you, bro.
But like, you could just GA
That's
the
all
door,
crutch.
and then you're good. No,
It's an upgrade.
I mean that's like
I'm not
fully
an op
dependent
crutch.
on
What
like
are we
if
talking
that's,
about?
if
Don't
that's
say that.
even like a setting they can toggle. If that is a setting, which it like 50-50.
It might be.
It's COD. Like
Yeah.
like they sometimes just leave out fucking.
they
cool
sometimes
settings
just
like that.
have that, or they
Yeah,
don't have.
yeah.
that.
They sometimes just have it. Yeah. So like, yo, if it's not in there, I mean, there goes your idea, and then they're like, Skyline's like that much worse of a map if we don't have
Yeah.
that.
But if they don't have that, it could just be GA'd. We know they're going to GA quite a lot. That could be a GA to make the map flow better, play better, etc.,
Wait,
etc.
you're just,
And there's
like,
no
not
open
allowed to
lane.
hit like the door, like bunchies.
Yeah, sure.
Someone's breaking up, bro.
I'm sure
Yeah,
that's going
dude,
to be a thing for Hardpoint.
Someone's gonna like
You know
reload,
for
like,
a
right
fact
next to
that's
it,
gonna be a
act
thing
like
in
it, and
Hardpoint.
Fuck it over.
Wait. Think
I
about
don't know if Skyline's
Hardpoint
gonna
on
be a
Skyline.
hardpoint map, bro, because like,
Dude,
Skyline
I'm
is
just
gonna
saying
be a map, bro?
Yo, we're talking hypothetically, bro.
I know, but like,
But like, think about
Like Skyline.
Hardpoint in Skyline. Think about the upstairs like office area. How you could close down the
Yeah,
middle
with that door-
gate.
No,
no,
that's
no,
success.
that's yeah, that's
I
yeah.
promise you that's getting GA'd.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no.
promise you that's GA'd.
Like if
It's already GA'd. I don't know for
Like,
certain it's
yeah.
already GA'd. So
if
if we're
Skyline
willing
was
to
a
GA
hardpoint,
that,
bro, that's
like,
gone.
if we're already willing to GA that, why wouldn't we be willing to GA the cheese underground?
well, we just don't know if that's GA'd yet. I would like assume it would get GA'd, or
I would
either
assume
like.
it's GA'd.
Okay, but also, dude, some of these pros are like so small brain. They might just go like they might not think of GA'ing. It's like, oh, there's a door you can toggle. Ow.
No.
We
some
gotta
of them
play
are dumb, they're
Babylon.
not that dumb. If I play Babylon competitively next
That's what I'm
season, bro,
saying, bro. If I play
Oh
a
my
Babylon
God.
SFD,
I might not mind Babylon. Bro, give me Babylon, Bocage, Shipment, Nuketown, and I don't know, fucking
oh, I'm down, Russ.
Das House.
Russ,
Russ.
Das House. Yeah, fuck it, dude. Let's just have the brain rot.
Let's make it Make it a best of 7. 7 small maps.
I'm
But
down.
like,
Art more fun than fucking actual.
Yo, give me meat.
defo not.
Me, oh, I love me.
Meat. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it could be good. I think it would be great.
Nah,
I think Blitz is pretty easy to follow. Hey, if we touch this spot on their side, we win. We get a point. Whoever has most points wins.
I fully
There's no
disagree on
running back and
Blitz.
forth.
Control, just like your original point about like getting control, like it's not even like I
We're
fully
cooking.
disagree. It's just
yeah.
what do we have? We're not
That's
doing
literally,
dumb.
that's literally what like.
Yeah, exactly.
We
We're not
have-
doing dumb. I
we have
fully disagree
dumb,
with Blitz.
Blitz,
CTF, maybe.
ETF,
But that's
and
like a big
uplink or good luck.
Okay,
Yeah,
but like we
CTF?
don't have uplink though. We do, but like we don't.
I feel like
That's
this
why I said
would be like
Gridlock.
the only game that they can actually do CTF in.
No,
Like, if
CTF
it-
on BO3 was sick.
No, I mean like now, like in like CDL. This is the only game they could do a CTF in.
I think CTF would play sweet.
I think they could have done it last year. I mean, those maps really made for
Really?
CTF. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we
sure,
played CTF
sure.
on those like a decade
Yeah,
ago.
I forgot about that. I ain't gonna lie.
But like, I think we need to get control out. No way we shit on Halo for a TDM competitive game mode, and then we just allow control.
I think the last argument I want to make on Control as well is, I mean, just looking back on Control, we've had like 2 good years of it. Both were Treyarch. Now, I know Treyarch maps look very fucking sketch this year, but normally Treyarch cooks when it comes to Control. So, like, this could be a good Control year. I know I'm more so speaking, like, in general. Yo, I'm down for IW. Well, I'm down to just never have IW be a dev, Sledge, get, I don't know, Gridiron or whatever. But, like, Treyarch,
No.
I wouldn't mind if they stuck with Control.
Okay.
But like,
I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. I think control needs to just go. I think control needs to go. I think it's easier to build a CTF map than a control map.
Yeah, probably.
Think about like
Yeah.
every control map. It's like, hey, hold this building. Hold this building.
What? Just like one? No. Well, okay. I'm
No,
I'm thinking
control-
like BO4, bro. BO4 was so good. Oh my god. BO4
Yeah,
wasn't just like
more beautiful.
locked down one area. BO4 you truly had to do like 2 different areas. It's like BO4 you had U for frequency and
Like
the
that
right side of the map
underneath
where like
catwalk
P5 is. I
area.
forgot like what that area is called. But
I forget what they call it.
yeah,
but-
P5. Arsenal's like
Yeah.
mid statue, and then Seaside was church. P1.
Right.
I love BO4, man. So some of these like other games has been like like locked down like a general area, but
Right.
that was like my Treyarch points. Like I think Treyarch normally cooks
Yeah.
is normally like you gotta do a bit more than that.
Okay, do you in your heart of hearts think control is the best third game mode we have ever had or can ever have again?
Have ever had no
Yeah.
uplink the goat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Uplink or Fire
Yeah.
Speed Buster.
Okay, how would uplink / like gridlock or gridiron or whatever it's called work on a boots game like BO6? Would you have to just go run into it or throw it?
Yeah, I mean that's how it was in World War II. You just you either chucked it.
But do you
or
think
like,
that
ran into
that
it,
like
dolphin dived.
as the level of competitiveness that like you would want?
I can't say.
I don't know. Something about like uplink and jetpack. It just like hit like so good, bro.
It hit correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hit like
Uplink
it
was made
just
for jetpacks.
exactly, bro.
I agree.
Gridiron, it's like, yeah, but okay, but like, dude, like, especially nowadays with such fast movement, like sliding and stuff, and also like huge health too, bro. Imagine like TDK we have as is, and the plus on top of that you have like armor and stuff that you get like for being the ball carrier. I feel like it would just be like so easy to like finesse into the goal, which like I don't know. We can argue if that's like a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think
feel like
players
on
should be
paper-
able to finesse.
Well, I think players should
If
be
you
able to
can't shoot back,
finesse,
you
but,
have to
like,
be able to finesse.
Okay, yeah, but like, okay, I'm just like thinking like, I don't know, like, okay, imagine like Flak Tower, but with like BO6 movement, BO6 TTK. I feel like, okay, getting the ball mid would be hard, but like, if you got it to like their base, like, dude, you could like finesse, like you can like bullet sponge bits. I just feel like scared to be like a bit like cheesy.
But when you think about like BO6 maps, the spawns are pretty open. Like think about like any BO6 map, right? Let's just make it a square. If you spawn here and I spawn there, our spawn is pretty open. Like where our goal would be pretty open. It's
Mhm.
after the first like 8-9 steps, then you hit a building or you hit
Yeah,
like
for sure. Except
a
for
rock
like
or whatever.
Derelict. Derelict was pretty.
yeah, derelict was a little
Yeah.
little
Little-
tight.
Yeah, it
Little
was.
tight. Little tight.
A little too tight for my liking. I mean, I don't know
Oh,
much
I
about
like it
tightness,
tight,
but
know
like,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. Okay, I think we like semi agree, semi disagree. I feel like we're kind of going in
Yeah.
circles at this point.
yeah.
All right,
Hashtag fuck control if you agree.
all right. Is there any closing remarks that anybody would like to make?
I would like to make one.
Oh yeah, what's
Okay.
up, bitch? Oh no.
Kenny 4 rings. Here we go again.
Kenny 4 rings, bro. I'm telling you. This guy better make a book. No, like,
Hashtag-
Kenny should have 4 rings.
Hashtag nerf the song. Hashtag
hashtag nerf
fuck
the song.
control. Funny.
Delusional
Yeah,
people.
we need a bridges burn command though, like ASAP.
We do, bro.
Command was in the Twitch chat?
We burnt hell of bridges today, bro. Can't even lie.
Wait,
Oh, dude.
I don't think I burned a single bridge today.
I
Outside of,
didn't burn a
Justin
single.
Silly Fargo Palmer.
I don't think I broke one of them.
Yeah, but like, dude, the silly bridge got like nuked, bro. Nuked. It's just
Like,
burned
dude,
out.
Nick burnt it with Justin Silly Fargo Palmer, Zenny.
You burnt it
Kismet.
with Nameless.
Oh
No.
yeah, yes.
Yes.
I didn't name drop Nameless. I just said the
What are you on about?
No,
person
dude,
I'm talking about will remain
He
nameless.
pretty much
This
name dropped
creation is
them, and he was
happening.
like, "No."
What in the shit question is happening?
I didn't name a name. That person will be named nameless though.
See, just name drop. Okay,
Is it anything?
let's call it there, everyone. Thank you guys if you
All
made it
right.
to this part of the video. We appreciate you very much.
Preach.
If you have anything to say to us, whether that's feedback or whatever, feel free to do so.
Who
in
you
the
agree
comments.
with, who
Yeah,
you disagree
takes
with.
exactly. If you think
Yeah.
we're like biggest idiots, hey, please remember that y'all like it is a hot take show. We can't just sit here and say like, guys, yeah, I think Scrap's gonna be a top 10 player, dude. No, we can't just do that. Our jobs would be too easy. I don't know why I said jobs. It's not really a job, but you know. But anyways,
Oh,
you guys,
yeah.
yes.
Woo!
if you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe, would be very much appreciated. Check out the socials for Getting Mixy as well as our socials down in the description. And with that being said, we'll see y'all maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks. We don't know exactly when we'll record the next video, but for the next like 2-ish weeks, we'll probably have another one out.
Oh, I think I mentioned it earlier. This was recorded on October 2nd, so
Yeah,
news
that-
might
that
be
will
changing
be
by the time you guys
in
see
the
it.
description. Don't worry. I'll throw
Yeah,
that in the
news
description.
might have changed by the time you guys are watching this. I think it's going live on Friday.
Yeah,
Friday,
after that.
which is the 4th or whatever.
Today is Wednesday,
So-
no?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
we record on Wednesday. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot. we did.
uploads Friday. Yeah, that's how things goes.
I forgot.
But yeah, so keep in mind if rosters do change, that's not on us. That's not on us. You have to understand it's not on us. But keep that in mind. Anything else?
No, just guys, make sure to keep that in mind. I don't know if we said that or not.
Yo, keep that in mind, bro. Go
All right.
Boys.
We'll see you all next one. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. 07.
See ya.